For as long as anyone could remember, Grandma Eleanor was the heart of the Wilson family. She was kind, wise, and incredibly wealthy. Her beautiful mansion sat on top of a hill overlooking the town, and everyone knew she owned valuable properties worth millions of dollars. But among all her grandchildren, there was one she loved most. His name was Noah. Unlike his cousins, Noah never cared about her money. He visited her every weekend, helped her with groceries, fixed things around the house, and spent hours listening to her stories. The rest of the family rarely visited unless they needed something. To them, Grandma Eleanor was a future inheritance. To Noah, she was family. One winter evening, Grandma Eleanor became seriously ill. The entire family suddenly began visiting her every day. They brought flowers, gifts, and fake smiles. But Eleanor could see through them. She knew exactly why they were there. A few weeks later, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. The family gathered at the mansion for the reading of her will. Everyone expected to receive a large share of her fortune. As they waited for the lawyer to arrive, whispers filled the room. "Grandma always loved me. No, I'm definitely getting the mansion. The investment properties should be mine." Then someone noticed Noah sitting quietly in a corner. One of his uncles laughed. "Why are you even here? Grandma's fortune belongs to the family." Several relatives joined in. They mocked him and accused him of trying to steal their inheritance. The argument became so heated that Noah was eventually thrown out of the mansion. Standing outside in the rain, he stared at the house where he had spent so many happy memories with his grandmother. Heartbroken, he walked away. The next morning, the family gathered again for the official reading of the will. The lawyer opened a sealed envelope. The room fell silent. He began reading, "To my beloved family." Everyone leaned forward. Then came the shocking part. "My mansion, investment accounts, properties, businesses, and all remaining assets shall be inherited by my grandson, Noah Wilson." The room exploded with outrage. "What? That's impossible. There must be some mistake." The lawyer calmly continued. Eleanor had included a handwritten letter explaining her decision. "Most of you visited me when you wanted something. Noah visited because he loved me. He cared for me when nobody else did. He earned this inheritance through kindness, loyalty, and genuine love." The rest of the family sat speechless. Their greed had cost them everything. Meanwhile, Noah had no idea what had happened. A few hours later, the lawyer called him. At first, Noah thought it was a joke, but when the documents were shown to him, he realized the truth. He had inherited everything. Within months, Noah carefully managed the properties and businesses. Under his leadership, the investments grew. His fortune became even larger than before. Meanwhile, his relatives faced financial difficulties. Many had accumulated huge debts because they had always expected Grandma's money to rescue them. One by one, they were forced to sell their assets. Eventually, even the family mansion was placed on the market due to unpaid taxes and legal expenses. When the auction day arrived, nobody expected to see Noah there. The bidding started. The price climbed higher and higher. Finally, Noah made the winning bid. The mansion was his. The relatives watched in disbelief. The house they once believed belonged to them now belonged entirely to Noah. Several weeks later, Noah called a family meeting. The relatives arrived nervously. Some expected revenge, others feared eviction. Noah stood in the living room and looked around at the people who had once thrown him out. Then he spoke. "I could force all of you to leave today." The room became silent. But that's not what Grandma would have wanted. Everyone stared at him. "You can stay." Relief spread across their faces. Then Noah smiled. "But from now on, you'll stay as tenants." The relatives looked shocked. "Tenants?" one cousin asked. "That's right," Noah replied. "You'll pay rent just like everyone else." For the first time in their lives, they understood the consequences of their actions. The grandson they had treated like an outsider now owned the very roof over their heads. Years later, Noah became known throughout the town as a successful businessman and a generous man. Whenever people asked how he became successful, he always gave the same answer. "My grandmother taught me that kindness is worth more than money." And in the end, it was her final lesson that changed everything. Moral: people who value money over family lose both. True loyalty and kindness are rewards that eventually find their way back.